This is your boy Dr. 96, aka The Realist. It is my pumping pleasure to be on here today to present or to analyze a very sensitive topic, which is directly or indirectly affecting the people of Nigeria. My topic today centered on how politicians and pastors are weaponizing poverty against the goodwill people of Nigeria. Before I proceed on, I would like to say hello to hello Africa, hello Nigeria, hello the rest of the world. Now, it is not a strange fact. In short, it is a well-known and well-established fact that the politicians are weaponizing poverty against people. By so doing, they siphon and loot the money that is meant for economical development projects. They loot money that is meant for physical development projects, including money meant for educational purpose and research. So they are doing this intentionally in order to subjugate people and mostly to weaken the resistance of the masses. Because if the masses are poor, the resistance against the government will be very minimal. And when they are presented with little gifts in order to rob them of their franchise, they will easily succumb. So we all know, and an average Nigerian understand that the government, that is the politicians, they are weaponizing poverty against them deliberately. But our respected religious leaders, they are weaponizing poverty against Nigerian masses indirectly in a very cunning way that it takes only those who are spiritually conscious and those that are still functioning within the normal frequency of their brain, because a lot of people, irrespective of their academic qualification, have been brainwashed, so they could not see the game the pastors are doing, the games the pastors are playing in order to weaponize poverty against them. And I will use this opportunity to explain some of the obvious facts that after this video, at least an average Nigerian who watch this video might sit down and think if my facts are correct or not. First and foremost, the pastors, the GOs, the religious leaders with millions of followers in Nigeria, they have influence, they have power, they have opportunity of speaking to the government of the day, and when they speak, the government has no choice than to listen because of the mass followers they have. So the pastors, the GOs, they have become charlatans. They are so carefree that they don't even discuss or respond to the issues affecting their members. That is one way. If the pastors have influence, if they have the power to correct the wrong and the evils the politicians are doing, and they remain silent, that shows there's something hidden. And secondly, these pastors, these mega GOs, they are the one deliberately and calculatively endorsing corrupt politicians. Why are they doing this? Because of the opportunity they tend to gain from the corrupt politicians without minding the effect on the millions of members who are looking up onto them. Furthermore, it is normal to reason that the economic situation in the country, the rate of poverty in the country, is what is propelling a lot of Nigerians to church and mosques and other worship centers. A lot of Nigerians believed their economic problem or economic woes is as a result of spiritual bewitchment. A lot of people believe because they could not get job that there's one old woman or old man in their village or in their lineage that is holding onto their breakthrough. I don't blame them. They are forced to reason like that because the message the pastors are propagating is that every problem in Nigeria is as a result of spiritual problem. They fail to educate the members that the problems they are facing is a man-made problem. There is no spirit holding jobs if the government of the day could provide jobs for the masses. There is no spirit sucking blood on the highways if there are proper regulation to checkmate the drivers and other road users, and if roads are in good conditions. So all the problems that is being caused by negligence of government, now our spiritual leaders, our pastors, they are now taking advantage that this problem are caused by spiritual demons. So now people now feel that these people, they have the solution to the problem they are facing. So indirectly, the pastors and other religious leaders, they are benefiting from the current rot in the country because it seems the rot, the poverty in the country is a catalyst to boost their own business, because most people will not seek intervention of pastors in their life situation if things are going on well with them, just like the way it is in the Western world. People don't need to see government or be loyal to government before you can get basic things. People don't need to run to pastors. People don't need to consult spiritual seer before they can access basic necessity for existence, basic needs like food, clothing, shelter. So the pastors are now using this poverty to further impoverish people by twisting the doctrines. And another critical way by which the pastors they've made Nigerian people to further drench in poverty is simply because they are destroying productive time of Nigerians. Nigerians who are supposed to be working are now trooping to churches and other religious centers from Monday to Sunday seeking spiritual intervention. And these pastors, they are not doing these programs just for people to get solution to their problem. They are doing all these activities in order to get more from the people, because there's no way people who attend church service that they will not pay offering and other forms of contribution. People have to drop something. So the pastors are really profiting. They are cashing out from the present situation. That is the reason they are keeping quiet. Now, most of our pastors, they are well educated. Majority of these mega churches, GOs, some of them have PhD. Not just PhD in any other courses. Some have PhD in mathematics. Some have PhD in biological related field. So these people are highly educated. Instead of them to use their knowledge to inform people rightly, they are using their God-given talents to now twist the Bible. The GOs, they are supposed to know better. They are in position to understand the scriptures better than their followers. Now they keep on preaching miracle. That is another way they are misinforming and allow Nigerians to fall in poverty. They are preaching miracles, and miracle preaching is antichrist doctrine, because our Lord Jesus Christ, who is the role model of all Christians, said we should not seek after miracle. In fact, he called miracle seekers wicked and adulterous generation, because after the miracle of feeding 5,000 people with 5 fishes and 2 loaves of bread, the number of the disciples grew. That is, among the multitude, extra 70 people decide to follow Christ and become a disciple. The simple question Christ asked them was that, "Hast thou not followed me because of the miracle of fish and bread? Except thee are ready to feed from my flesh and drink from my blood, thou should not follow me." Before he raised his head up, the 70 people disappeared. He was even asking the original 12 disciples that will they follow them too. That was when the message came out from Christ that thou should not look after miracle, that if thou art miracle seekers, thou art wicked and adulterous generation. So it shows that all these pastors preaching miracle from Monday to Sunday continuously in order to lure people to their shrine. They are really misleading people. They are not telling the people the truth. They are not preaching what is in the Bible. And secondly, why work is so important to God? The first man God created, our forefather Adam, the first assignment God gave him was work. God told Adam to name all what he had created. After Adam names animals, plants, trees, everything, he now instructs Adam to tilt and cultivate the ground so that he will have food abundance and sufficiency to sustain himself. God never created Eve from Adam until he has established Adam working. Now, if the first man that hears directly from God, that communicates directly from God, as close as Adam is to God, as close as our forefather Adam was to God, God never exempted him from working. So it is mentally degrading. It is the stupidity of highest order that someone will now be encouraging people to look after miracle. God instructs mankind to work. It is when we work that God will bless the work of our hand. It is in the Bible. Isaac sowed and he reaped in multiple fold. So where are these pastors now getting their message of miracle? Where are they getting it from? This is antichrist doctrines which people are now following, that is making people to drench in poverty more and more in order to frustrate people more. A lot of GO in their own cunning way have even reversed most of the principle in the Bible. For example, the tithing, which is not even compulsory for Christian, which assumed to be 10%. Some pastors, some crazy GOs, they are now advising their members that it is possible to provoke God by doing a reverse tithing. That is, instead of you paying 10% now, they should be paying 90%. Does that make sense? That is wickedness of highest order. Those are the anti-biblical doctrine because they are not found anywhere in the Bible. So these are the reason why I said a lot of pastors, they are weaponizing poverty against people. The issue of first fruits, how does it make sense logically for someone to take 100% of a man's first income in a year, a family man, go and get your salary for January and come and give it to God? God is not a wicked God. These people should stop lying in the name of God, amassing wealth for themselves. These people, the GOs, they are brainwashing their millions of members that they should not even thinking of laying their treasure in this earth, that their treasure should be towards heaven, that they should be heavenly focused. So as a result of that, a lot of the members believe that poverty is norm. They believe it is okay for them to live in poverty, and one day they are going to enjoy their treasure in heaven. Whereas the same Jews that are brainwashing their members to lay their treasure in heaven, they are building their treasures on this earth. Their children, their family members are living luxury lives. These Jews, they are walking around with heavily armed men to protect themselves while they are selling mantles to the members to protect themselves. When they get sick, they travel abroad to get the best of medical treatment while giving groundnut oil, cooking oil for their members to use. This is evil. This is evil. Furthermore, another subtle and cunning way by which the pastors are making Nigerians to become more poorer is by building mega churches. They are competing among themselves. 50,000 capacities, 100,000 capacities, 200,000 capacities. That is, these pastors are so wicked. They are willing to entrap more Nigerians. They are willing to waste more productive time. This is really bad. In the West, where Christianity was brought to Nigeria, they don't waste their time in church from Monday to Sunday. In the West, they go to church only on Sunday, and it's just few population. So the question I want to ask Nigerians now is that, do we understand Christianity more than people who introduce it to us? If Christianity is working, if prayers are being answered, where is there much poverty, evils going on in the country? People have been misinformed by the message from the church. Preaching prosperity instead of hard working is a crime against the members. Hard working, working diligently should be the anchor message in our churches. Telling people, preaching reputation, preaching dignity should be the anchor message. So instead of building churches, the pastor should be investing in production processes. They should engage their members in work from Monday to Saturday. Only Sunday should be for church service. So they are not really helping people by preaching prosperity without hard working. Preaching prosperity instead of hard working is a way of subjecting people into more poverty. Endorsing corrupt politicians is a way of making the country to be miserable, thereby causing more people to fall into poverty. So our pastors should do what God requires of them. The pastors and politicians, they have different role entirely. They are not just, there's nothing to bring them together except when the politicians are not doing the will of the masses